So, I want to talk to you today about some histamine problems that I've been having and what I've been learning and how that pertains to all the fermented foods and things like that. This is a long overdue video that I didn't necessarily want to have to make, but I don't care what it is. I want the truth, and here it is. So, last spring, the allergies were insanely bad. Even my friend's doctor said they're the worst that he'd ever seen. And I had my histamines spiked way up. Now, I take antihistamines a lot, especially for my migraines. It seems to be one of the only things that will get rid of it. But I started looking into histamine and high histamine problems when the allergies hit because the antihistamines weren't really working anymore, and I was so swollen I didn't even look like myself. I actually took a picture and deleted it because it was that bad. So what I've learned, I went on a low histamine diet for 2 months and it completely cleared everything up, which means that I have histamine problems. Now, what is the cause of that? It could be low DAO. It could be some other things. I'll tell you what I've been doing and what's been working. So the low histamine diet is not fun. It's anything fermented, which is like basically all the stuff I was doing. And I was getting fermented food like with every single meal. You guys know, if you watch my channel, I'm way into the fermented stuff. So I've completely cut all of that out. And, so it's everything fermented. It's pickles, it's yogurt, it's alcohol, but then it's also certain vegetables. So spinach and, the list goes on and on. Pickles and bacon, and it's just like so many things. Olives, and it's so much stuff that I was eating. Dried fruits and nuts and certain legumes, and it goes on, and it's crazy hard. Cheese. Oh, I cannot eat cheese. Come on now. But I figured, I'm not feeling good. I can't do anything till I start feeling good. So I was willing to just, cut it all out and try that. So I tried that for 2 months and it did help a lot. That's not sustainable though, because I can't not eat all those foods, for crying out loud. So what I've done is I started doing digestive enzymes. I'll put in the link down below what digestive enzymes I'm using with every meal. And that has helped tremendously. As a matter of fact, I stopped using it. I had like rice and fish and vegetables for dinner one time, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do the digestive enzymes because this is like gonna be really easy on my belly, and we'll just see what happens. I woke up super bloated, so that's helping. I'm finally losing weight, which is exciting. Keeping it off, which is great, because I would lose weight when I was like in my fasting periods, but then I would just gain it all right back. Well, I need to be able to eat. So this is helping with that. And then I've also been taking some DAO, which is the chemical that's naturally released with people who don't have histamine problems when you eat high histamine foods. Obviously, I have low DAO. That's probably part of the problem. So I'll take a pill that's, obviously synthetic DAO, but that seems to help a lot. So if I'm going to have alcohol or olives or something that really spikes me. Now, certain brands of things doesn't do anything, and other things it'll be right away. It's apple cider vinegar. You guys, it's just so much stuff. It's crazy. But I've been really careful, and my migraines are getting way better. I still would like to be doing the BHB. That the salt, extra salt, really helps. I get a lot of salt. I had a migraine the other day that was like 3 days, and I could not get rid of it. Finally, what got rid of it was a baked onion on my ear, and then like pulling and like trying to just open this up and doing like some tongue things and like really opening that up, because when the weather gets bad, it just gets really, really condensed in there, and I get these horrible migraines. But I really think that it has to do with the histamine problem, because when I take the antihistamine, it gets rid of it. So being on the low histamine diet, and then I'm just careful. I'm careful not to eat too many high histamine foods with one meal. So, and then there's histamine foods that are not high histamine innately, but they're histamine inhibitors, which means that it makes your liver release histamine. So while the pollen is not happening here in December, I've been trying to cleanse my liver of the histamine. So doing a lot of tomato, it's all the citrus, the acidic. So citrus, tomato, lemons, oranges, things like that. So I've been trying to systematically, because obviously my liver has too much histamine in it, and that's part of the reason why I'm having this high histamine problem. So it's a little weird for Homesteading Barbie not to be doing all of her fermented foods, but you know what? I still think fermented foods are very good for you, but not so much if you are someone who has high histamines. So, I mean, even the guy who literally wrote the book on the carnivore diet 2 years later had to come back and say, this isn't working for me. I think if it's not working for you, it's not working for you. And that doesn't mean that it's that way for everybody. I still think fermented foods are fabulous for most people. It's just not working for me right now. If I get my liver to more of a place or cleanse myself or, do that, then I can probably start adding those things in. Until then, I just have to be really, really careful with high histamine foods and make sure that I take my digestive enzymes with every single meal and just be really careful and take my DAO. So I hope this helps you, and if you have any more information, it's actually really difficult to find information. They're just now coming out with some stuff, and the doctors who can help you are very expensive, so I really didn't want to go see any of them. But so I've just been sort of like hunting and pecking by myself, and I can't live anywhere else. This is where I live. So, I've got to figure it out. So I'd love to hear your experience too. Let me know in the comments what if you have a high histamine problem or have a hard time with probiotic foods. Doesn't mean I'm not still going to be doing that. And everything is different. I had a bite of, I had a whole thing of one yogurt and it was fine. And I had a bite of some cashew yogurt and it just sent me over the edge. So what happens when I start to get a migraine, sometimes my tongue feels like it's like too big for my mouth, things like that. And my nose will start running right away. And I get really like puffy through here. So it just, kind of depends. And everybody has like a little bit different things. And obviously it's an indication that something is wrong. I don't really know what that is. Maybe we're all having these allergies and stuff because they're doing odd things to the food now. I'm not really sure, but I wanted to share that with you and I really hope it helps. Thanks for watching. Mwah!